Good morning, Ariel.
Good morning, Lucy.
Good morning, Tyson.
Good morning, Bagheera. How are you?
Hi, Benny. What are you doing? Oh, where are you going? Where do you think you're going? Huh? Hey.
No. Ooh.
Jeez, Pete. Take it easy, bud.
I hope everybody that's watching this video has a wonderful day. If you guys are already, what's the word? Oh yeah, if you are new to my channel here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button for me right off the bat to start off this video here, you guys, because I want to actually really kind of maybe start making a couple of changes here to the channel sometime here. Not exactly sure when, but I think eventually it's going to come around here someday. I'm just not, like I said, not exactly sure when, but it'll come to me at some point. So I'm just going to go ahead and just ask you guys just to go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me, you guys, and also hit that little notification bell as well. That'll let you know every new video that I post every single morning on Wednesday and Saturday. So do that for me, please. Let's go ahead and just jump right into today's vlog.
Okay, so I gotta ask you guys a question. Do you think this snake is actually a real man-eater? So obviously you guys probably figured out right here, right around me, I have not a real actual anaconda, but it kind of resembles one a little bit. Just like the color and pattern on it kind of resembles it anyway. And I've had this like stuffed snake for literally about, I think for like 10 years or something, I think. Maybe longer than that, I don't remember. But point being is, a lot of people really have always pictured man-eating snakes as specific snakes as man-eaters, normally picturing it as like the green anaconda. And for a long time as a kid, you know, when I first started getting into reptiles, you know, I actually always thought, you know, anacondas were were several snakes that were man-eaters. But over the last few years now, I've been having second thoughts on that. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I have heard a lot of stories, you know, about anacondas online, you know, like, especially when I've done research on them. There's been so many stories that go back literally decades, you know, actually maybe close to 100 years, as far as back towards the early 1900s, and literally I have heard too many stories about these guys getting so big, you know. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about here, is I'm gonna go ahead and just bring one story up for you real quick. So the story that I actually found out was a long time ago, well, not too long time ago, but maybe a few years ago. I was reading a book about anacondas, and one of the pages actually, it brought up there was a story that was actually told back sometime in the 1940s that a couple of local gentlemen that were fishing actually near a reservoir, they swear that they have seen a green anaconda probably close to almost 150 feet long. And to me at first it was really shocking to hear something of a story like that, but at the same time though, when I hear about it now, I'm pretty skeptical about it, you know, because now do I believe it wasn't really that big? I don't know, you know, because really the largest snake on record was just barely over 25 feet long, and it was not even an anaconda, you guys. It was actually a reticulated python that holds the record for being the longest snake on record right now. And typically anacondas normally don't get no bigger than 15 feet. Now there are reports of some of them rarely I should say, exceeding 20 feet now. And the biggest anaconda, I think, on record, I believe if I'm correct, was close to about 20 foot long. So, and on the National Geographic official website, on information about green anacondas, you could actually read on their list, actually on what they say on there about the size and weight. And what I was surprised by was on the National Geographic website article on green anacondas, the maximum weight actually they brought up on how much one could weigh, it was around roughly about 500 something pounds. And to me that seems a little bit exaggerating to me, because really the largest snake I've heard on record was a little over 300 pounds at max. And typically Burmese pythons, reticulated pythons, and anacondas, normally I've heard of them reaching no more than 300 pounds at max. And do I think one could reach 500 pounds? I don't know. But anywho, back to the story, was the anaconda was reported to be almost 150 feet long, and when I now look at it, hearing that story, I'm kind of doubting that it actually was true, because the thing is that one thing you gotta have now is, like, do you have any like photographs, you know, or do you actually have any proof of it? Like, do you have it in a journal of what you saw, you know, or could you even maybe try and draw the animal? and really, it just, nothing came up about it. So, to tell you the truth, do I think one was seen over 100-foot long? Probably not. I don't believe it was. So, but back to what I'm trying to talk about here is, how is it really true that anacondas are actually man-eaters, or is it just a folklore legend? Why don't we take a quick break here and just actually go ahead and feed my girl Lucy here, because it's already time for her dinner and she's already coming up right up to me. She's like, what's going on? What's going on over here? What are you doing, Dad? She's just really, I just like how smart she is. So, anywho though, let's just go ahead and just jump right into this. Alright, sweetheart, it's all yours. You like fish? Yeah, I know you like fish. Say, yes, please. Good girl. You're so sweet. That is the first time she's actually taken a meal pretty gentle like that. Usually she's like a pig. She'll literally come charging right up and grabbing it. She's usually like that, but this time she's pretty soft about it. So, alrighty. She's already hogged that first piece down. I'm gonna go ahead and give her another one just to see what she does with it. She might try to hog it, or she just might take it so gently again. I don't know. But really, I think it's just sweet when she does it. Look at her. She's just like, nom nom nom, yummy. And now she's begging for more. Let's go ahead and give her another one. Alright. You ready for round 2, hun? Oh yeah, here she comes. Come on, sweetie. Come on. It's all for you. Yeah, there you go. Enjoy it. Like I said, I had a feeling she'd do it again. But yeah, like I said, she's just a really sweet girl, and I just love her so much. Alright, hun, enjoy your dinner. So, to get down to the very point here on the vlog here, on whether, if it's true if anacondas are truly man-eaters or not, do I think they could eat a full-grown man? Probably, I don't think so. It's pretty unlikely it would. Now, if we're talking about maybe a small child, well, it's possible. Not saying it will happen, but it's possible. Because really, snakes usually don't attack anything bigger than them. It's pretty rare for them to do that. So, like for example, like if this was a real anaconda, you guys, this one's probably about 5, maybe 5.5 foot long. It's just a stuffed one, you guys. It's not a real one. But if this was a real one, it would be probably a lot thicker, you guys, and a lot more heavy, actually, compared to something like this. So, and really, anacondas can be sort of a little bit unpredictable. Now, the main thing that makes them maybe a little bit kind of unpredictable is because of the way they strike. They strike in a bizarre way. Instead of normal snakes usually striking forward, sometimes they'll actually strike backwards or sideways. Very, very odd, you know, for most snakes to kind of do that, you know, so, but in general, though, what I've noticed, though, after generation into generation of captive breeding, though, in the reptile hobby, the anacondas become more and more docile, you know, after one generation to the next, you know, the offspring become more tame. So, like into F1, F2, F3 generations, you know, of producing offspring for many years in captivity, the babies become more tame. And for example, my friend Brian, who actually owns a few anacondas at his zoo, the first one he ever got was about a few years ago was Verde, who is still at the Reptarium to this day. He got her when she was just a little baby, you know, and obviously ever since he's had her, she has been very, very tame and very docile, and I don't think she's even ever bitten anybody, so that's kind of a cool thing right there about, you know, after generations of breeding of captive anacondas, you know, so, especially the ones right now like Aries, Jazz, and Ivy, they are just so tame, you know, especially Ivy, the big one, you know, she's just really, really sweet, you know, and she seems to be more curious than, you know, than being in food mode so much, you know, she's just wondering, well, what's going on, you know, and that's kind of how Ariana, is it Aries? I said Aries, didn't I? Wow, I'm used to that name, because that's what originally the name was, but Ariana, I mean to say, she's kind of also pretty inquisitive as well, you know, figuring what, like, if you come up right up to her cage, she's gonna come right up to you thinking, who are you, what you doing, so, but at the same time, like I said, anacondas, I think they are overall a misunderstood reptile completely, and some of the stories, like I've said, that I've told before, whether there's reports of them in the jungle reaching over 50, 60, 70, even over 100 feet long, it seems to me that's pretty highly unprecedented, and for one to reach that big, it would have to be a very, 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 very old animal, you guys. Probably dinosaur age or something like that. So, but really, anacondas to me, they're just a very puppy dog animal. They're just, like I said, misunderstood animals. And yes, they, like I said, sometimes they can be unpredictable, but they always have a body language on them. So if a snake does feel a little bit like uncomfortable, you know, it'll show that sign to you, you know, telling you, hey, I'm kind of feeling uncomfortable. So, but anywho though, I just figured, what the heck, you know, try and get some of this stuff debunked, you know, whether it's true if anacondas are man-eaters or not. So, especially after, you know, if many of you guys have watched that snake movie Anaconda, you know, that movie I've found out, I learned is totally fiction. So, obviously, that movie's a big debunk. So, regardless though, I hope you guys learned just some facts about and truths about anacondas here. And one thing is for sure, there's no way you're gonna see one over 20 feet long. There's just not a chance of that happening. But even if there was, the odds of it are probably less than 1%. So tell me in the comments and let me know how did you guys think about me on like describing whether or not how anacondas, whether or not they truly are man-eaters or if it's just a myth or urban legends or anything like that. If you guys do want to give me feedback on it, feel free to go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. Because really, I could take a little feedback, you know, and maybe do an update video on sometime in the future on more research, more on anacondas. So, with that being said, I'm just gonna go ahead and wrap this video up here, you guys. If you guys are, again, like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button for me, you guys, and turn on that notification bell, because it really will help actually try and, you know, let the public know the truth about these animals. You know, they're not killing machines, they're not trying to come after us or anything like that. It's just a complete myth, you guys, an exaggeration of what some people in the public are trying to do. So, like I said, if you guys enjoyed this video, do what I just told you to do moments ago. So, I'm gonna go ahead and let you people go. I promise I'll see you people on the next one.